Hi, my name is Carrie. Um, I was not planning to make this video now, but I've been planning to make it for months now, and I feel like if I keep putting it off, I'm just gonna put it off forever. And that's not something I want to do. So here I am. It's like 2 a.m. I was up studying and preparing tutoring lessons for tomorrow, but I just can't get my mind off some things I've been thinking through. So I wanted to start this channel because I've gone through a lot of changes in the last 3 years that have had a lot to do with personal growth and choosing my own path and trying to define my values and stick to them. And I've had to do that in the face of a lot of opposition. And I think a lot of people go through this sort of thing. And it's hard to talk about because if the people around you are opposing you in the decisions you're making, you don't really have anyone to open up to about those decisions. Um, And even if you do have other people in your life, it's hard when you're at conflict with family members because people have their own ideas about family and loyalty to family, which can be hard to, it can make it hard for people to understand when you don't really have a relationship with your family because of diverging values. So I was raised in a fundamentalist Christian home and I was homeschooled for my whole life until I came to college. Um, and I'm in my third year of college now. So, in my last year of high school, I really started questioning my faith. And then by the time, I guess, like the summer after my freshman year was really when I didn't really feel like fully deconverted yet, but I was really accepting that I might not be a Christian. And around that time, my parents cut me off financially, and I struggled with a lot of mental health issues my sophomore year. Also, just trying to figure out how to take care of myself, how to deal with losing all security, um, like that. And I also became involved in a complicated relationship with someone who also had mental health issues. Um, and so now at this point, things are pretty good for me. I'm like pretty stable, which is great. I've been really lucky. I have some wonderful people in my life, and I just have been given opportunities that I feel so grateful for. But it's still, I have a lot of growing left to do. I realize I have uh, my own emotional baggage to work through, and that I need to work through that so I don't hurt other people in trying to protect myself. And yeah, and also I think the hardest thing when you're going through something that's isolating is just that feeling of like, wow, like if everyone is abandoning me, why am I still taking care of myself? That was a thought that I had a lot last winter because around the holidays when I saw pictures on Facebook of my family celebrating and everything like normal, except without me, I was alone and cold and living off Ritz crackers. And I was like, you know, I guess I am the problem, because if I'm not the problem, why are they doing this? And that it's not really a totally clear cut thing. It was not, I don't think my family, I don't think they're bad people. I think they're lovely people. Um, and I think that it's a really hard situation when you have people close to you who have diverging values. And I know that it's sad, but the fact that I did lose my faith has caused immense pain for people who I used to know. And I am not happy with the way I've been treated. And I hope that I will not treat people who disagree with my values in the same way. Um, but that being said, I respect them and I understand that it's like a difficult situation. But all that is to say, I don't want other people going through similar things to feel isolated. I think it's something that is really tough and it's not necessary because this is the kind of thing that a lot of people go through. Um, And I realized, of course, like, I don't even know if I need to make this disclaimer, but obviously, many people go through things that are much worse than what I've been through. I don't want this to be like a self pity party. It's not like that. I think I am immensely lucky to be where I am, and I feel so grateful for that every day. You know, I'm really happy. And this is really more about wanting to share some of the things I've picked up and also wanting to make other people who have been in this place or are in that place of transitioning away from their community, to make them feel less isolated. And because I still have a lot of work left to do in myself, and hopefully this can help me keep progressing and keep understanding myself better so I can understand, yeah, how I can be okay on my own and also how I can make things better for other people in the process. So, anyway, yeah, so since my, I'm rambling, since my senior year, of like high school, I was homeschooled, but like my last year, um, up through now, still going, I've been keeping journals. So I have, I guess, 9 of them now. I write a lot. um, I go through phases, but I generally write pretty consistently. And in the times when I'm really struggling a lot, that's how I kind of make sense of my thoughts and experiences. And when I started, and until recently, it was just something that I did for myself in the moment. But now, recently, I've been looking back and seeing that I have this crazy collection of really, like a detailed timeline, I guess, of my moods and my thoughts and my perspectives as I was going through all these changes of losing my faith, losing my family and a lot of my support system, complicated romantic relationship dynamics, mental health issues. So I've been diagnosed with panic disorder, which I don't even know if that's totally accurate, but I did have anxiety attacks for a while, and also complex post traumatic stress disorder. And I've had binge eating disorder my whole life. I was quite depressed for a while, like suicidal depression. And again, this is not a self pity party. Lots of people deal with a lot of things. And just because I'm attaching a label to it doesn't mean I think that I have anything particularly bad. This is just so that people who can relate to the things I just said will know that we have something in common, I guess. I don't really know how to explain that. Um, but yeah, so dealing with that. I also am bisexual. And so there's the whole issue of like, yeah, understanding sexuality, especially coming from a very, conservative Christian background. So yeah, I don't want to make this too long. I just want to get a first video out there because I do want to start doing this. But basically, on this channel, I'm just gonna start reading through those diaries, and I'll probably I won't go like chronologically, but more by topic. So like say I was gonna talk about I don't know, self confidence, and I would look back at my journals and see what I thought about self confidence and how I reflected on that and how I showed that or lacked that when I was, 16, living at home, believing in my faith, versus when I was a freshman here, questioning my faith, trying to revamp belief in it. So when I was deconverting, and then, from there. So, yeah, should be good. Good night.